Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, Milos, Kerkez. A new era has begun at Anfield. Slot surprised everyone by winning the Premier League in his very first season, and he did it with pretty much no investments. He took the team that Klopp left him and transformed them into the best side in England. And now with City looking shaky, Arsenal being Arsenal, and Chelsea still early in their project, Liverpool have a chance to really dominate the league for the next few years. Everyone around the club sees it, hence the big investments that are being made. A lot of money has been spent, and Liverpool have become even more dangerous. With two of Europe's most explosive fullbacks flying down the wing, one of the very best young midfielders in the world commanding the final third, and a tactical mastermind orchestrating it all, welcome to the Arne Slot era. The first area that needed an upgrade was the fullbacks. With the Rat leaving, the right back spot needed sorting out, even with Connor Bradley showing that he's up for it. Then the left back also needed upgrading because as great as Robertson has been over the years, it was time to strengthen that position. Once upon a time it was Robertson and Trent. That torch is now being passed on to Milos, Kerkez and Jeremie Frimpong. Kerkez, the Hungarian machine on the left, brings that old school Robertson energy. Endless stamina.
Be aggressive, also have a lot of energy, and that's what I like to do, and to always stay focused.
Relentless overlap runs, dangerous crosses, and unlike most modern day fullbacks, Kerkez can actually defend. In 2025, he had one of the highest true tackle win rates in the Premier League. He's already one of Europe's best two-way defenders, and his journey says everything from Rapid Vienna to Milan to becoming a fan favorite at AZ Alkmaar, then breaking through at Bournemouth. This guy is ready for the big stage. With close to 5,000 minutes in the Premier League, he's not raw, he's Premier League proven. His runs, his aggression, his tactical intelligence. This is a guy that was tailor-made for Arne Slot's fluid system, because flexibility is a key thing that Slot wants in his fullback. He often deploys them in narrow positions so they can find themselves in more central attacking areas during the build-up, and often asks them to underlap their wingers. But at the same time, in certain matches, he wants them to take up more traditional wide positions. Well, the great thing is Kerkez can do all of those at a high level. He can underlap, he can overlap, because one of his best qualities is his off-the-ball movement. According to The Athletic, Kerkez made more underlapping runs than any other Premier League player in the 2025 season. He was also ranked in the top 5 when it came to overlaps. So when I say this guy has more stamina than your local hooker, I'm not joking. He's always making a positive run to help his fellow winger. So imagine what Gakpo and Diaz can do with this demon flying behind them. And he's not just running for the sake of running. He's not a stamina merchant. He created a ton of chances from the left back spot for Bournemouth. Now you guys want to know a fun fact? Liverpool's sporting director Richard Hughes, who joined the Reds in the summer after leaving Bournemouth, was the guy who was responsible for signing Kerkez to the Cherries. So he has known for a while how good this guy is. And here's another fun fact. When Kerkez was playing for AZ Alkmaar, Slot was in charge of Feyenoord. So Slot has known him for a while too, not just from going head to head against Bournemouth in the Premier League. Add in the fact that Kerkez is friends with Szoboszlai, I don't think it will take him long to really adapt to the squad. And while he's holding down the left back spot, you have Frimpong on the right, Liverpool's new chaos engine. 14 goals, 12 assists. That's the type of numbers he was putting up. Those stats don't look like a right back, and to be fair, he wasn't a right back. He played further forward, but that doesn't change the fact that this guy's a weapon. He's fast, fearless. He's a winger in a fullback's body. He plays with the kind of freedom that most fullbacks only dream of. Cutting inside, flying down the line, popping up in the box like a striker. Now don't get it twisted though. For all the noise about him not being a real right back, the truth is he was one. Long before Xabi Alonso unleashed him as a wing back at Leverkusen in his 3-back formation, Frimpong was grinding it out as a traditional fullback. That's where he played for Man City in their academy, and that's also where he played when he was dominating at Celtic. As soon as he arrived in Scotland, he was able to push past the more experienced older players to get a starting spot because he was so good. He had a mix of fearlessness and fun that made him impossible not to root for. I mean, they converted a saying that Frimpong had into a t-shirt and a whole marketing campaign. If that doesn't tell you how much of a lovable guy this kid is, I don't know what will. He helped Celtic win the League Cup, and by the end of his first season, Frimpong had lifted a domestic treble, the Scottish Premiership, Scottish Cup, and League Cup, all in his very first year of senior football. And then of course by now everyone knows how much of a monster he was at Leverkusen. Yes, he was playing higher up the pitch, but that was due to Xabi's instructions. In a 3-back system, he didn't need Frimpong dropping deep. The Dutchman finished the 2023 season with 9 goals and 10 assists in all competitions. For a defender, those numbers were outrageous. In fact, he ranked in the 99th percentile for goals and goal contributions among fullbacks across Europe. But it wasn't just just about the assist or stats. What made Frimpong truly dangerous was how he played. He didn't just hang wide and float in crosses. He timed his runs into the box like a striker. He had the ability of always arriving at the perfect moment in the box to either score a Ronaldo-esque tap-in or set up one of his teammates. It was definitely something that he had been working on under Xabi Alonso, and it worked like a charm because he became one of the most attacking fullbacks in world football. The way this guy ran past defenders and got to the byline, defending him must have been a nightmare. Then the season after that, Frimpong got even better, and that's when he really exploded onto the world stage. Because Frimpong didn't just have a good year, he had a season that most defenders could only dream of. He scored 14 goals and added 10 assists across all competitions. He was putting up numbers that strikers and wingers dream of. Like, these numbers would have been Garnacho's best ever season. In the Bundesliga alone, he had bagged 9 goals, making him the 3rd highest scorer in the entire Leverkusen squad. Every time he got the ball, he attacked with speed and confidence. He flew down the right flank. I mean, this guy's one of the fastest players in world football. And now at Liverpool, he's going to bring that same speed and verticality. Imagine Salah cutting in, Frimpong overlaps. Every left back in the league will be trembling. And when Salah's away at AFCON, Frimpong can play higher up. He's done it before. He actually plays as a right winger for the national team. Now, Slot will actually know all about Frimpong's versatility and his role in stretching the play because he did cause a bit of trouble against Liverpool in the 2025 Champions League season. Yes, his goal was offside, and Liverpool did spank them 4-0, but the pace and power that Frimpong showed against Tsimikas was a reminder of what this guy can do. It was a taste of the damage that he can do on the right hand side, hence the reason why Liverpool didn't hesitate to bring him in. Now yes, he will need to tighten up his positioning now that he's playing in a back 4, but Slot knows how to protect attacking fullbacks. He did it with Trent, and with Konate covering him behind, he should be fine. Add in the fact that he has Dutch teammates all around, Frimpong will feel right at home. 2 fullbacks, both young, both terrifying. Liverpool's flanks have been rejuvenated. Now, while the fullback positions needed an upgrade, getting Wirtz was a massive statement to the rest of the Premier League, to the rest of the footballing world, because this guy is not a normal player. This is not a normal signing. This is a superstar in the making. He is one of the most talented attackers in world football, a gifted player who can create and score on his own. If you thought Frimpong was lighting up the Bundesliga, let me show you what Wirtz was doing. He was the Bundesliga player of the season as he helped Leverkusen go unbeaten and win the double, proving that he was no longer just a young talent. He was the real deal. He was the architect of everything good in their attack. In the Bundesliga, he had gotten 11 goals and 11 assists, averaging a goal involvement every 109 minutes. In the DFB Pokal, he added another 3 goals and 4 assists in just 6 matches. Across all competitions, Wirtz finished with an outrageous 18 goals and 20 assists. Not bad for someone coming off a year-long injury layoff. But he tore his ACL and came back better. Now, the stats don't tell the full story. What made Wirtz so special was the way he played, dictating the tempo, breaking lines. This is a guy that makes defenders panic. Whether he's gliding past them in tight spaces or threading impossible passes through, he's always 2 steps ahead. His intelligence, his timing, his vision, it's all a lot higher than other midfielders. Under Alonso, Wirtz wasn't just a star, he was the entire system. And he showed it in the 2025 season where he was still dominant. So much so that 16 goals and 16 assists seemed like a low number for him. That's how good he is. And now he's bringing his talents to Anfield. In Slot's system, Wirtz fits perfectly. He offers the same work rate of Szoboszlai, or at least very close to it, but with much sharper decision making in the final third. He's a player that can create magic on his own. He finds spaces between the lines, drives into the box, and boom, magic. Whether he's playing behind the striker or drifting wide, he's always a threat. And he's gonna offer Liverpool something that they have missed, honestly, since prime Coutinho: magic between the lines. He's also very versatile, someone who can play on the left wing, on the right, up top, as an attacking midfielder. Slot is gonna love that because he loves versatile players. Forget Salah and inshallah. With Wirtz, Liverpool have another player who can win a game on his own. Don't be talking about this guy as if he's one of Europe's best young players. He's one of the best players, period. Now, while the new toys are always shinier, let's not forget that Liverpool already have a solid base to work off of. Mohamed Salah was by far and away the best player in the Premier League. Nobody came close to this guy as he topped every stat you can think of. Goals, assists, goals plus assists, big chances created. Brother was carrying the Golden Boot and Playmaker of the season like they were grocery bags. Not to mention he was also the player of the season. Can he replicate the same form? Who knows? But he has shown that he can take care of his body, so age shouldn't be an issue. With more speed and younger legs around him, there is no reason he can't continue to dominate. I remember Arne Slot saying that it's impossible to have 3 Salahs.
So you cannot have 3 Mo Salahs for one position.
That is hard. But when you have players like Wirtz and Frimpong around him, you won't need 3 versions of him. As usual, we have seen Salah's consistency time and time again. He was still putting up 20 plus goals even in Liverpool's worst season. So even if he drops off, it's not going to be that big of a drop off. And then of course there's Van Dijk, the best center back in the world in my opinion. So comfortable on the ball, so dominant in the air. He will still be anchoring the defense with Konate. It's easily one of, if not the best center back partnerships in the Premier League. You are getting speed, strength, passing. There's barely any weakness in their game. And now on top of Alisson behind them, you are also going to have Mamardashvili. And the Georgian is a beast. I've seen him play for his country in big international tournaments, and I caught a few of his games at Valencia. He's a very good goalie, and now he will hopefully have to make less saves per game because of the 2 towers in front of him. Then of course, how can I forget the midfield? McAllister is really just an Argentinian Modric. He can put in a crunching tackle, but he's also a magician on the ball. There is a reason he was in everyone's Premier League team of the season. And of course, next to him, you have a man who had the biggest rejuvenation ever, Gravenberch. This guy's smoother than a baby's bottom on the ball. He took that number 6 role and made it his own. The Dutchman was one of many players that benefited tremendously from Slot's magical ball touch. He's just a great man manager. Look at what he did with Gakpo. Gakpo was being misused as a striker, and now he's devastating again from the left wing, cutting in, scoring crucial goals. I mean, he was so good that Slot was forced to play Diaz more centrally just to accommodate both of them. Then you have a player like Curtis Jones who's sharper than ever. Whether he was playing as an attacking midfielder or deeper, it was the best version of him. And of course, Konate has never looked better in a red jersey. There are no egos on this team, especially after a certain someone went to Real Madrid. Just belief. Players are rotated, yet no one sulks. Everyone's bought in. The culture is strong, and the football is very elite. I mean, Liverpool played some of the most entertaining football on their way to the Premier League, and now their ceiling, it's even higher than before. I wouldn't even call this a Liverpool rebuild. They're just reinventing, and they're already scary good. Kerkez and Frimpong are redefining the fullback play. Wirtz is taking the creative burden off Salah's shoulders. Slot is building a team that's flexible, that can punish you in a variety of ways, and it's great to see. Now there's one player I didn't talk about as much in this video, and that's Szoboszlai. And the reason for that is very simple. I have made a whole documentary on his career. To see just how good the Hungarian is, you gotta check out this video right here.